What's going on, you guys? Kenny here, also known as Silent Fan 85. So I wanted to make a video potentially helping newer streamers. I've done this before in the past, but it's been a while since I've done it, and new people have come to the community. I've met and connected with other streamers over the years, and it got me thinking. I really haven't done a video like this in a while, so I figured I'd share some general advice with you guys. I don't know how long this video will run, but I will leave a bit of a TLDR down below if you want to check it out. But for those that don't know, I've been doing YouTube now for 10 years, over 10 years, and I'm a casual hobby streamer, which means I do it because I like it, and I do it because just overall I enjoy it. I like doing what I do. And through the years, I've connected with people. People have told me I've inspired them to do their own channels, so on and so forth. And I always kind of take that. I don't really see that I inspire people, but I mean, I could see. I guess my approach kind of makes things seem like it's easy, and it does give people hope that they can be a good streamer, or at least they'll enjoy streaming. So that's something. I'm honestly not. I'm never sure how to respond to people telling me that I've inspired them. What I can say is that I hope they have fun with streaming, and that's another reason why I wanted to make this video. I usually just say, well, thanks. That it means a lot, and it does. It does. It means that what I've done is kind of shown that streaming can be enjoyable in some ways. But where do you start? How do you do that? What do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it? That's really the important question to me. Why do you want to stream? Why do you want to do Let's Plays? Why do you want to create content here on YouTube or on Twitch or Mixer, or what's the best service, so on and so forth? I'm not going to really get into all that this video. This is just going to be general overall advice for content creating and streaming. But what I will say, again, the most important question is, why do you want to do it? Are you doing it to try to make money? Are you doing it to try to build numbers? Are you doing it to try to be popular? If so, this probably isn't the best advice for you. What I will say is the reason I do it, and what you should consider, is a few things. Number one, community. Make sure you connect with your community. Make sure you communicate with them. Be honest with them. Try to put yourself into your streams. Don't wear a mask. Don't put on a face. Be who you are. And if people like it, a community will build. If they don't like it, it happens. You're gonna face failures as a streamer. You're gonna feel like a failure sometimes. But what's important to remember, and if you can grasp it, is to just enjoy doing what you do with your channel. And if you feel that you've succeeded in that, then honestly, it's not a failure. There will be projects you will probably fail on or come up short on, so on and so forth, but overall, if you're enjoying doing your channel, if you're enjoying streaming, that's a win. So forgive me, I woke up a little bit ago and I'm trying to clear my voice, so this is a bit of a rough recording, but I did do this list and I kind of want to go through it. So yeah, basically community. Second of all, again, just enjoy doing it. That's really kind of a vague thing, but try to adopt some traits in that. Try to adopt a goal of doing that. Think of a message you want to spread to people throughout your streams, at the beginning or the end of your stream, or at the beginning or the end of your videos. Is there a message you want to send? Is there something you're passionate about that you want to share? And repeat it often so that people know that when you say it, you believe it. Don't just drone on and on about it. Put some heart into it. For example, with mine, when I started my channel, honestly, when I started my channel, it was nothing but animated music videos, just left and right. That's all it was. But over the years, I started doing Let's Plays. I started doing streaming, so on and so forth. That was about a year after I started doing the AMVs here on the channel. and I did compilations, I did all kinds of stuff. But when I started getting into Let's Plays, and then I moved on to streaming, um, I started wanting to do a message overall, and it was that you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And in a lot of ways, I spoke to myself as well as to whoever watched or whoever enjoyed the content. Um, and that's really one of the most important things. Is if you do have a message, get it out there. Hopefully it's a message of hope, not of hate. Hopefully it's a message of going on and not quitting. And that's just one of the factors in enjoying what you do. The other thing is games. Um, what games you play, enjoy them. It's okay to enjoy them. It's okay to have fun with them, and that's purely the point of gaming. And look, I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to gaming. I think if you're not enjoying the game, you shouldn't have to play it. That's kind of where I fall short as a streamer or content creator, is because I'm not um, one of those YouTubers or streamers that I will willingly force myself to play a game I don't enjoy. I can't do that. I can't do that. I've tried over the years, and I just can't get into it. And it's always been my thing that if I can't enjoy it, I don't think the people watching it can enjoy it either. So take that as you will. If you can do that and you can put enjoyment into even a game that you can enjoy, more power to you, because I am not capable. I'm not capable. I've tried a few times, and it's just honestly there are better things I can move on to. So I don't do that. So that's just another one. Um, other another third thing, when you're starting out streaming, don't worry about your equipment. Don't worry about your console. Don't worry about your streaming quality. Um, don't especially don't worry about if you have the best of the best. Because honestly, look, when you're starting out a bit rough. You're just kind of jumping into it. If you're streaming from a console, if you're streaming from a phone, just playing a mobile game, which is you are now capable of doing nowadays. You couldn't back in the day when I first started. It was very hard to get something like that going. Even if you're doing Let's Plays with videos where you've got a camera in front of a TV and you're just talking into a mic while you're kind of over on the side doing your thing, that's still a Let's Play and that's still content. And if people enjoy it, people will enjoy it. So, don't worry about your setup. If you have a job, you can easily invest in some equipment. If you're building a community and you take off, and there are people that take off like lightning in a bottle. I've seen it, and it's amazing to me what happens. Um, and if you start building a good community that's willing to help donate to you to get better equipment, set up a goal, take donations, so on and so forth. It's okay. I dealt with this when I first started. Honestly, I didn't feel comfortable doing it. Um, but the community over the years kind of said, "Look, dude, we want to help. Can we, give a little something here and there?" And so eventually, I came to the point to where I started taking donations here on the channel. Um, and over the years, it's helped get equipment. I've had members of the community help get an Xbox One, a Switch, new computer parts. So if your community is strong enough and is awesome enough, people are willing to do that. And if you're a bit of a prideful person, it's hard to take money from other people. But if they've enjoyed you over the years, then that's something, just to take into consideration. They want to help you. They want to make sure that you can provide good content for the channel because you're entertaining them. And the key point to remember on the donations is to always thank them. Always thank them in a video, always thank them on stream, always acknowledge them in the descriptions, do shout outs, all kinds of stuff, whatever you can. You can do layouts kind of like I have up here, which unfortunately is not working at the moment, but I'll fix that. You can always do that at the top of your streams. You can show top donators, recent donators, subscribers, followers, all kinds of stuff. These people are a part of your community, so be sure to recognize them. So, there's that's pretty much. Don't worry about the equipment; it'll come with time. Don't worry about your setup. Just enjoy what you do. And that's pretty much the gist of that part. Um, try to I wrote this down, but I didn't write it down effectively enough. Try to adapt or adopt a certain thing that's unique to you. And I'm not talking about the games you play. That you could probably adopt a certain niche for games, but try to find something that you think would appeal to people, especially if you're a face. If you show your face on your streams and your content, which I'll touch on that in a minute. Like for me, just for example, over the years I grew a beard. My beard has been a bit of a staple throughout the years. I would never shave it for the life of me because I love my beard personally, but also I've gotten a lot of compliments on my beard. So that's something. If you can't grow a beard, you know, a hat, do some glasses, or just something physically, and that's a part of your video setup, like this is right here, that you're on camera. Try to have something that signifies you as a unique streamer, or even vocally or content-wise, comedy, um, something to that degree. That may help you personally in every video you do, whether you're doing let's plays or if you're doing vlogs or whatnot. Try to adopt something that you think will stand out to you. Um, and that that might help you. That might help you. That I think it's helped me over the years. It's helped me become recognizable. I think the two of the things that help my channel stand out are the message, my time that I've put into the channel, and my beard. Honestly, also you could even get something for the background like Charizard. Charizard's been with me for a long time. I just recently added the Charmander. Eventually, I'll add a Charmeleon. So, stuff like that kind of helps signify your channel a bit, kind of separates you, helps people identify who you are, um, so on and so forth. Another thing you can do is your name. Your name as a streamer. Um, Try to do something that isn't cliche, like Gamer69 or uh, I don't, it's. I mean, you see names sometimes, and it's just like, yeah, but everybody's used that name. Try to pick something that's going to be identifiable. Like mine has been Silent Fan 85 for consistently throughout the whole time. That's another thing. Don't change your name too often. If you're going to go through a rebrand, what's called a rebrand, and you're going to change things on the channel, don't keep changing your name because you cannot stay consistent if you keep changing your name. I've seen this with other streamers, and honestly, it gets really annoying to people trying to keep up with who you are. What's your name? What keeps happening? Why? It's annoying. So stay with the name. Um, Mine is Silent Fan 85 because I was a fan of I'm a fan of Silent Hill games, and I was born in 1985. That's the way we used to do things back in the day, especially around the AOL era, which is pretty much where I grew up at. You'd have your birth year, or you'd have some sort of number in your name at the end, and it's become a bit of a thing, like in email addresses and stuff like that. So I stuck with it, um, and it's worked out. And overall, online, when you're doing this long enough, your friends and your viewers will start referring to you as that name instead of your real name. It's okay to have an alias. It's okay to have an alias. People call me Silent. People call me Fan. People call me Kenny, which is my real name. So that's a part of it. So pick a name that you want to be called, that you'd be okay being called, and that also stands out and is not cliche. So just some advice on that part. Um, Scheduling versus random streams when it comes to streaming. The same thing also applies to videos. Um, Try to keep somewhat of a schedule. This is hard for me to do because being a casual hobby streamer, um, with work and real life, I try to set a schedule. I've been sticking to Sundays and Mondays. I was doing Tuesdays for a while, and that's been the consistent schedule. But due to my work schedule in real life, it's kind of hard to keep to that. I have to cancel sometimes. It's okay to cancel. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to rest your mind when you're dealing with real life, as well as trying to keep up with streaming and maybe school, or if you're a GM, like in my part, um, or you just want to hang out and play video games, or if you got families going on, whatever. It's okay to take breaks. But when it comes to scheduling, try to do a schedule that you're comfortable with, but that might also help people become accustomed to a time you might be on. Um, if you have more of an adult community that is growing, I would try to do your streams at night versus the day because most of them are going to be at work and they're going to miss you unless you're on a random day off or something. That's what I've tried to do, and I've also tried to pick a time to where, like, if I have to change jobs, I'm not likely to be working a shift during that time, so I can more likely in the future stay consistent, and which has been about 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Again, Sundays and Mondays. So also remember, if you're going to stream during the weekend for streaming is saturated with streamers. And if you're just starting out, this can be pretty brutal, especially on certain streaming services. Twitch, saturated with streamers. YouTube, pretty heavy on streamers. Mixer, pretty heavy on streamers. So again, depending on your platform and where you stream to, it's going to be harder for people to find you on the weekends. So you might look at weekday streams. I would say early afternoon up to about late night. I think would probably be your best bet, depending on where you're at in the world and stuff like that. So something to keep in mind. But again, when it comes to keeping with the schedule, try to keep to it if you can. If you can't, still stream. Still pop in from time to time, throw up a random video, do certain things. Again, it's what I've had to do here on the channel. It does have its downsides because it does cost you subscribers. It does cost you members of the community not being able to come in as often as they would like to. So on and so forth. So keep that in mind. That's really about it. I guess one last thing would be that if you connect with people, if you connect with other streamers, if you connect with other YouTubers, content creators, so on and so forth, hang out with them. Build a rapport. It's been hard for me recently to be able to do that because of how busy life has been and because of all this emotional stuff I've been going through, because it happens. It's real life. You're human. And I have my stuff going on. I'll just say that much. But it's hard to really keep in contact with people sometimes, especially depending on how you are. If you're shy, so on and so forth. Stream with them, do videos with them. Build a bit of a network if you can. If the right people will be there to support you. You're going to have your fallouts. There are always fallouts when it comes to connecting with YouTubers, other streamers and stuff. They will always be friends on some level, but there are going to be a few that just fall by the wayside. It happens. It's real life. It's just like making real life friendships and relationships. Sometimes the connection isn't going to last, and that's okay. That's okay. It's human, purely human. Listen, you cannot make everybody happy, okay? You can't do it. Don't even try. Because if you do, you will burn out really fast. Okay, you cannot appease every viewer. You can't appease every person you meet streaming. You can't appease every other person that you come across in doing this. So don't waste all of your energy doing that. Just focus on the people that are there. Focus on the viewers that pop in. Focus on the new folks. Don't focus on the trolls. Just kick their ass out. They're not even worth it. And just stay strong with it. Stay casual if you need to. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to burn out. You give it a shot. If you want to come back and do it, come back and do it. Just because you fail at a certain project or just because you don't stream for a while, try to keep in touch with your community. Do a Discord. Start a Twitter. Try to stay active on social media. Update people. Don't just fall off the face of the planet. And that's the key, is consistently keeping folks updated via posts on YouTube, via posts on Twitter, via Discord, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever your forte may be. Me personally, I use Twitter, I use YouTube posts, and I use my Discord. So, and every so often I'll throw up an update video. So, something to think about. Aside from that, that's really about it. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to. I can't really think of anything else. So one thing that does come up: should you put your face in the streams? Should you put your face on the videos? Is it okay to just do voiceovers? Do I even have to talk? And overall, it's up to you. I mean, look, you're gonna be, if you're like most streamers or most let's players that start throwing up videos, you're gonna be shy. It's okay to be shy. I mean, it's perfectly human, especially depending on your personality. But you really want to do it, you really want to try it, you might enjoy it. Um, it's up to you. Go with what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with just doing gameplay with no voiceover, no commentary, but you still want to stream and see what happens, do it. It's totally okay. If you want to just do commentary while you're playing, that's cool too. You don't have to have a face on your channel if you don't want to. Number one, a lot of people would probably advise that because of security, safety, so on and so forth. Also, because of trolls, because trolls will say, "Oh, hey, you're ugly, fat, or whatever." Listen, as much as I love the internet, there are pockets of the internet that are toxic as hell, and they will mock a person for their looks or their voice alone. So be prepared for that. Okay? The main thing is to stay strong in who you are and why you enjoy streaming and why you enjoy creating content. So, in the end, though, should I do gameplay? Should I do commentary? Should I have a voice on it? Totally up to you. Do whatever you feel comfortable with and just enjoy it. Okay? And again, this is just advice if you're doing it as a hobby, if you want to do it casually, if you want to start out casually and then build the hardcore streaming like 5, 6 times a week, 11 hours a day. You're going to feel that drive when you first start. You're going to feel that drive. Man, I want to keep doing it. I loved it. I felt engaged. I love the people. It gives you this really go, go, go. I want to do more. I want to do more. I want to do more. And that's great at first. But remember, you got to throttle yourself a little bit. Don't burn out. Okay? Also, don't worry about your viewer numbers at first. Viewer numbers, if you're in it for the money, if you're in it for the revenue, they are important. But overall, if you're just doing it to test the waters, do not worry about it. One thing I've done over the years, when you're doing a stream, especially on YouTube, look at it as making a video. Okay, do an introduction, do the middle, which is the stream, and then do an ending where you say hi, you hang out, you play a game, do whatever, engage with chat, go on and keep doing what you're doing, and then at the end, treat it as a video. Treat it as a sign off. Even if there's nobody left in chat, it's still going to be up on the internet for people to view, both on Twitch and on YouTube. On Twitch, it'll only be for about 30 days. On YouTube, it's permanent. Treat it as a video, even though it's a live stream. Come in talking, do an intro, hang out, play the game. On the back end of it, do an outro. Okay? It's just some advice. Maybe it'll help you. But anyway, I think I pretty much covered everything. Again, I just felt inspired to do this. I have a very close friend of mine that just started streaming. She's really liking it. And along to her and everybody else, if you're watching this, if you made it this far, I wish you the best. I hope you enjoy it. Do not let the internet get to you. Just remember you're awesome. You're trying it, and it's okay to fall short. It's okay to be you. It's okay to enjoy it. There you go. Hopefully that helps you. Now, for now, I'll say salute. I hope you have a great day, great life, even if I never see you again. You are awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And I will see you in the next video or next stream. More information about the channel down below. Peace.